In English, right? So my name's Carina. I'm an artist in San Francisco, and I'm here supporting this strike because I feel that labor workers, especially migrants, are being mistreated in society and even in their workforce. My parents are both from Michoacan, Mexico, and unfortunately my mother had access to business connections with getting papers here, but my father had spent most of his life coming into the U.S. and getting thrown out like within the week. So he has a lot of horror stories from the train was the main mode of transportation, like when he used to do that. So it's definitely really hard to get into this country, and then once you get here, it gets even worse. You get abused, you get mistreated when you don't have documentation, when you don't have your papers together. So it's really hard, and even as a daughter of migrants, I've seen socially how people would look at us when we went into stores, because in my culture, families have as many kids as you can when you're still able, because family represents everything you stand for. We don't believe in sitting behind an office and just twiddling your hands and just 5 to 9. He had to work full-time landscaping and still does in Arizona in the hot temperatures, even on Sundays. So for me it was really hard seeing him go to work every day, 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock. And to the point where I actually started helping him when I was in high school. Me and my brother would go and help him, do whatever we could in his self-business, which is the only reason we got an education, is because he worked so hard. But even that way, we got mistreated from people that hired him. His employers would say, if you don't stop bringing your kids to work with you, we're going to call CPS. And to me, that time of my life was so important to teach me to be a hard worker and to care and understand how hard it is to raise a family in any country, So, there's a lot of issues we're discussing here, but mainly it's just the respect of people that are working, people that recycle, people that are cleaning hotels, which is something my mom did too. And if it wasn't for that, I would be lazy. I would be watching TV all day, not caring, on Facebook, and I wouldn't go out and ride my bike. And I think it's vital for parents to keep teaching their kids what their parents taught them, which is hard work, which is growing your own vegetables. And this in here lies the key to our humanity survival, away from corporations, so we don't have to eat food like Monsanto and McDonald's, all these things that just keep us constantly sick. And then also, that food is just so bad for you, and they're just gonna keep restricting us on how to plant and how to eat. So it's the time now to resist that and really tell them, what, our main value is taking care of our own. It doesn't matter, and this is why we're here, is to acknowledge hardworking people and to give them back their dignity, because they're allowed to be here just like the colonizers came here, 100 years ago and eliminated all the indigenous people